Good day out there again, everybody. Here is an interesting roll. This is a Cincinnati Branch Federal Reserve Bank of Cleveland roll, but it has wheat cents on both ends, so I have no idea exactly what date and mint mark this roll is. So we're going to open it up and find out. Go through the process here. I've got a lot of skipping going on my broadcast. I hope everybody can see me and hear me just fine. Alright, here we go. Gonna bring this baby to the light and figure out what it is. My guess is 1956D. But because I made a guess, it'll turn out being a 58D. Hello, Wanda. Good day. Here's Mickey, Dan, Frostbite, Tyler, Wanda, Mr. Adams. Let's see what we have. There's Victor Echo. Alright, there we go. We have an open roll. Now, we find out what the date and mint mark of this roll is. There's your wrapper. And so we move to coin number 1 for Frosty. Coin number 1 has a nice little bit of stuff going on the reverse here. What did we have? It's a 58D. So we have a 1958D roll that we're going to be going through here, looking for really going to be doubled eyelids and RPMs mostly. There's a clash mark right above the Y of the Sea of Scent from the reverse. And speaking of reverse, this one's got some nice colors. Nice colors on that one. That one's for Frosty. So we do turn up what turns out to be a normal 58D roll here. But you never know when we're going to find something good in there. Here's one for Taco Bell. That's his new name. Taco John. In Mickey Land is Taco Bell. Nope, we're not going to let you live it down. No, sir. You say things and it lasts. Kim Jong-un has decided to go to war. North Korea watchers warn. I don't know what that means, but it doesn't sound good. Anytime you put a crazy man in control of dangerous missiles. That'll be interesting to figure out what that is. And for coin number 3 now, Farm Dog. Nothing going on there. Let me pull this out just a little bit. Don't quite need that much magnification when looking at 58D. Little die chip at the end of the left wheat, the upper end. And it looks like nothing else really on this one. Now, coin number 4. This one's for Jordan. I have to change the lighting just a little bit here. Make this a little easier to deal with. There we go. All right. Looking for doubled eyelids. There are doubled eyelids, 1958D. Just in case, I'm looking for bar L's, and there is at least one different, possibly more than one different known double die that shows a bar under the B of Liberty, right around here. So we're going to be watching for that as well. So far, found nothing. We are on coin number 4. Nothing real special about the condition of the coins, but they're not bad either. One to Lost Sound. Here's one for JJ Addict. Keep meaning to meet up with him when I go back to Springfield, and it just hasn't happened. This is an RPM. Nice little RPM, 1958D here. Get it a little closer so we can see it better. Nice double split lower serif and upper serif. Takes different lighting to see the two different splits, but you've got the lower split there. And I turn it this way and you can see the upper split. Not as defined as the lower split was. But that is a decent little RPM. Get my lighting down a little bit lower. Make it show up a little bit better. There we go. Back out again. Lighting's a little too harsh. Let me turn the gain down some. And the exposure. Maybe that'll work. Let's see here. Well, what happened to my broadcast? Everybody still hear me and see me just fine? Because I can't. It's not broadcast. I'm still seeing plenty of chat and things going on. There, I think I got the lighting right to be able to see the details we're looking for. Now, if I just have a broadcast... So that's the kind of thing that won't happen when I'm uploading videos, because I get to record the videos on my computer while I'm sitting here, no internet involved, and then I upload them, and it all depends on your internet as to whether or not you see them without missing and jumping. So we've got one real good example of an RPM so far. I think this is another example of the same die. Appears to be. Let me grab that other one, pull it back out, and take a look for a good marker. See, like that big dunce cap on the top of the 9, where you got the two die scratches coming together into a V shape? That will be a good marker to determine if this one is the same die as the one I just picked up, and it is. You got that same dunce cap. So we're going to call this the dunce cap RPM. So far, JJ Addict has one, and Marshall, Mr. Marshall, has one. This is his. Keep taking a look around to see if I see anything else. There is a rather large, well, actually a group of die cracks on the head. So that'll be something else we can look for on this particular die. And take a look at the reverse on this one. Let me see if we have anything worth checking over and over again on this reverse, and I don't see anything. Nothing doubled there. Let me I wonder if I restart my YouTube, is that going to mess things up? Well, let me try it. I'm going to restart my YouTube and come back in. I'll be right back. There, I should be good to go, I think. Alright, let's see. Okay, 75 in pennies gets coin number 7. Let's take a look at coin number 7 and see what we've got. We have a different RPM here. This one is a different RPM with different markers. This one has southwest and northeast die scratches on a later die state running through the date area. Probably does not have any of the same die cracks, so it is definitely a different die. So we have another RPM here. This one's for 75 in pennies. And there's that. Victor Echo Coins. I'll be looking for your email as soon as I get finished with the broadcast. If you get a reply from me, that means I saw it. Let me get up here to the next coin. And it is normal. That's coin number 8. This one goes to Captain Morgendollar. Appears that I'm having issues with YouTube. Now coin number 9 for Frosty. And we have another normal coin. This one's got that little horn. I'll talk to you about it here real briefly. There's a little horn right up here on the top corner of the 8. And Walter Breen had decided that this was an 8/7 overdate. Turns out over time that has been disproven. And there are a number of different dies that show that. And we think it is reduction lathe doubling. To a certain effect. It was damage on the hub or the master die that created this issue. And for those of you who have an old slab or an old flip that determined your 1958D to be a 58/57D, you can remark that as an X58/7D coin because, well, they aren't really there. Oh, Carl, nothing real high quality. We got a couple of different RPMs that we're looking for. I haven't really seen a whole lot of different stuff here yet. Well, there's a nice little die chip, die crack combination. You got a die crack from the 9 to the D, a little chip on the inside of the 9, a little chip on the inside of the 8. That's kind of interesting. Yeah, look at the reverse on this one and see if there is anything noted on the reverse. I said my light keeps changing on me on these things. Keep having to change my brightness around. Hello, Jay Smokes. Alright, so that one is normal from Mark. Now for coin number 11, we're going to move over to just looking at the obverses now. Looking for RPMs still. Got nothing on that one. Nothing doubled under the I. Nothing doubled under the B. Now, coin number 12. Coin number 12 goes to Taco John. Taco John gets this. It's got another one of those ones that was at one point in time determined to be a 58/7. I guess you can kind of see some scratches in there that sort of look like the direction of a 7, but they are not. Very, very slight doubled upper and lower serif. We're not going to be able to call this one a listable RPM, though. A listable RPM in the Book of Chuck and the Book of Copper Coins is an RPM that, when discovered, you have to concern yourself with later die state coins and circulated coins. If it's not something that I believe you'd be able to find in circulated condition or in less than earlier die state, earlier mid die state, I will not list it. So if it's a very early or early die state coin and shows detail really, really well, and you can see little tiny splits, I don't list them, because I want everyone to be able to take advantage of using the listing system, seeing what's there, and collecting what's in the system without having to go through a bunch of expensive uncirculated rolls just to find what they're looking for. So I make it so that the listing system works for people who look through circulated bags as well. Just looking around trying to get some subject material to talk about here, along with trying to find people some die varieties. This is a roll reveal. A roll reveal is where you purchase on Monday evening at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. You purchase spots in these rolls. Your name is placed onto a name chip, and the name chip is, hopefully placed within sight so you can read it. This one's for Eric. And the next coin is drawn off of the end of the roll. And this one happens to be a repunch mint mark, so Eric is going to get a repunch mint mark here. You can see they split in the lower serif. Now, these are going to be checked against the listings on coppercoins.com. If they are not listed on coppercoins.com, we will list it as a new die. We'll find the best coin in the roll for the new dies that smiles well for the camera, put it under the camera and get good photographs. Publish those photographs, and you'll get the credit for those, for the coin, for those photographs. So there's another RPM. This is another different. So we've got 3 different RPMs now. This one shows a little bit of a tilt right inside. Let me bring it up a little bit closer, make it easier to see. So this little line right here shows you the division between this overlaying upper serif and the underlaying upper serif. So the overlaying is on top here. And when you get down here, you can see that this is the overlaying and this is the underlaying. So the overlaying is on top, the overlaying is on, or the underlaying is on top. Here the overlaying is on bottom and the underlaying is on bottom. So what that means is you've got 2 mint marks that are tilted and tangled within one another. This is called a tilted repunch mint mark. For this particular one, we're going to be looking at the heavy die scratches through the 8 as our marker for our 3rd different repunch mint mark in the roll. This one goes to Sand Digger. So there's that. Now coin number 17 goes to Carl. And we have nothing. Nothing but a normal coin here. Let's check around and see what I can see, if anything, around that little hand icon that I need to move out of the way. Nothing. Normal coin. So this one goes to Carl. And the people for whom these coins are pulled will actually receive the very coin we are looking at. You buy the coin is yours. Doesn't matter what's on it. Even if, when we go through a 1955 roll, we find a 1955 doubled die, that 1955 doubled die belongs to the person whose name was drawn for that coin in the roll. So it can be a very lucrative thing. Can be some really highly collectible stuff in here, as we have found in the past. Here's coin number 19, one for Marshall. Marshall. Let's see, what do we have here? It's going to be a normal one. Normal 1958D. Let me get this stupid thing out of the way. There we go. Hello, Mr. Rizek. I finally looked over at the chat and saw who came in. Mr. Doug is here. Coin number 20 now. Cap Morgan dollar. And for Cap Morgan dollar, I have, it's another normal 1958D here. Seen this die a few different times. And ready to move on. Coin number 21. Mr. McCumber. Dan gets this one, and this one is, unfortunately a normal 58D. Well, in case you can hear it, my dog is just plain sawing logs behind me. He's going to make a whole pile of firewood before I get finished with this broadcast. I like that my dog can be comfortable, and he is. He gets in here and he lays down and he just shuts off. All right, this is going to be the same die as Sand Digger's coin. We've got the heavy die scratches coming up off the 8, and we have that doubling on the inside of the mint mark right up here, and we've got the doubling on the outside of the lower serif. So there's that. And just like the other coin, we have nothing else on this one to discuss. This one goes to Frosty, though. And Frosty gets an example of this little RPM. Let's see, coin number 23 now. Coin number 23 goes to Marshall. Let's see what Marshall gets. Don't forget, folks, we will be having an auction this evening, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. It will be a continuation of the auction that I tried to start at Eric's house back on the 9th. So lot number 1 is already done and in the books. That one went to Anthony Arshnia. And so we'll be moving on to lot number 2. Couldn't find camera angles that worked for me at Eric's place, so we just postponed the whole thing until I could get back home and see a Tuesday roll around. Well, here we are, Tuesday, and we're ready to rumble. We're going to do this. Have to take my poopy dog over to the vet for a recheck on his ears here in a couple hours. But then I'll be back in plenty of time to get set up for the auction. We'll probably send out the email prior to. That way you'll get the email quite early. The list is already out there. You can go visit the list and see the list of items that we're going to be running. There's another one of those RPMs with the lines running through the 8. You can see that list at coppercoins.com/auction. Has the minimum expected bid. This one's for Parvis. So Parvis has himself an RPM here. Coin number 26 now. Goes to Eric. And for Mr. Eric, another one of those RPMs that has the dunce cap there. So this one will go to Eric. else on this one. Number 27 for Jackalope Herder. Jackalope Herdmaster. It's a heck of a name. I tell you what. This one is unfortunately a normal coin. No die variety here. Now for number 28. Malcolm. Malcolm. What do we have for Malcolm? This one's another one of our dunce cap RPMs. Kind of minor on the lower part, but the upper part looks doubled. So we're going to pull it out and see if it's a listed one or a listable one. There from Malcolm. Now, number 29. Ant 2242. Oh, nice RPM there. Nice one. This appears to be different from all the others. It's actually got kind of a really thick lower serif with a split. You can see the little protrusion out of the top of the mint mark as the upper serif. Doubling. Maybe, Carl. Depends on what kind of time I can get today. I may add more items. In fact, that was the plan as of yesterday, but got kind of messed up by the whole dental visit thing. That's a nice RPM right there. So that one goes to Ant. Now we're up to 4 different RPMs that I can see so far in this roll. And for Parvas, another RPM. I don't think this one is any of the others that I've seen so far, so we're starting to lose track of how many different RPMs we have here. My brain only works so far, and then cobwebs take over. So I know this one is different from all the others. That's coin number 30. Number 31 now. Back to Ant. And for Ant we have... this one is normal. It's not an RPM. It is a different die altogether, so let me check around and see if we see anything else here. Not an RPM, not a double die, so we're going to keep moving. Number 32 from Mr. McCumber. And this one is an RPM. I believe this one belongs to the first, no, not the first die pair. That's the fourth die pair, I believe. These are a lot easier to pick apart upon review. Number 33 now. Going to Jordan. And we have a dunce cap RPM, but it's going to be a little difficult to see because the lower part of the D has a hit. But this is definitely one of that first RPM in this roll. Here's one from Mickey. Let's see what we've got for Mickey. Looks normal around the mint mark. Let's see what else we have here, if anything. Nothing. Number 35, 75 in pennies. Nothing on the mint mark area. And nothing anywhere else. This one's a normal coin. Yeah, the date has not yet been changed on the list for tonight's auction. But I will be changing the date, and I may be adding more items when I get back from the vet. Have an appointment. I believe it's at 2 o'clock. Nope, 3:30. Appointment at 3:30 with Mr. Sherman. So I'll get some more items ready for the auction before I go. Got nothing on that one for Paul. Now into coin number 37. Taco John. This one is the dunce cap. Dunce cap RPM. First die that we found in this roll. Repeat it again for Taco John. Here's one for Ant. Ant 2242. I found a coin yesterday as I was dumping a bag of wheat cents into another bag. I heard something that sounded like a silver dime. So I stopped pouring and I jumped in to figure out what I had going on there. And it appeared that it was a very underweight Lincoln cent. Very, very few rolls this time around, Dan. This is mostly going to be singles. Singles and small packs. There's one of the dice. Oh, look at that. I can actually see a full ridgeline going across the mint mark on this one. Nice. That's a nice one. That one we've already found 3 of them. This will be the 4th one. That's for 75 in pennies, baby. Coin number 40 now for Dan. And for Dan we have... I hate to make it sound all exciting and then come up with a normal coin, but that's exactly what's happened here. Looked all great at first, but number 40 is a normal coin. Now number 41. Carl. I might throw more mercs in there, actually. I've got some mercs I need to throw into the auction. There we go. There's another copy of that nice RPM for Carl. It's got a nice fat lower part. It's also in pretty good shape. This might actually end up being a plate coin. Could be a plate coin here. But there's that. I think this is the second one of these I've seen. Number 42. Stan Horn. And Mr. Horn. What do we have for Mr. Horn here? Well, it looks like a normal coin. Yep. That's all that is. Hello, Coin Junkie. Good day, sir. Now number 43. Number 43 goes to Mr. Mickey. And it is... Oops. Let's see here. What is it? It is a normal coin. Unfortunately, not a die variety here. Now number 44. Jordan. There's a nice little die chip, die break along the front of the bow tie. Those are often coupled with cracks in the head. And this one does have a couple of cracks on the head too. That's a pressure and weakness thing. Now, coin number 45. One for Eric. And yep, nice little RPM for Eric. Doubling on the bottom of the mint mark. The light Lincoln, no conclusion. Not yet. I'll be looking at it here a little later. Here's number 46. This one's for Carl. In fact, I can just bring it up here on the broadcast and we'll just look at it together. That is an RPM. RPM for Carl. Not even trying to keep together which ones are which anymore. I've got like 25, 30 coins out here that are RPMs, and they're a little bit difficult to discern from memory only. So here's coin number 47 for Stan. And Stan's coin, that's going to be a normal one. A little die chip getting ready to form on the 1 of the date on the right side up there. Not 100% sure I've passed by this die yet, so I'll give it a little good shot around Liberty to see if it has anything. There's a little die chip in the bottom of the B, but that's it. And we move on. Now number 48. Got 3 coins left in the roll. This is the first of the 3 coins that I have remaining. This one's for Parviz. And what do we turn up here? Yeah, it's going to be a normal coin. Be a normal coin for Parviz. Now number 49, next to the last coin in the roll. Let's get some RPMs here right toward the end of the roll. See if we can shove some RPMs your way. I don't see anything on this one. So I may be a really weak doubled eyelid, but I don't think so. Okay. Another normal one there. That one's for Stan. Now number 50. Coin number 50 for Doug. Well, that one's one of the ones that's got all the nice little die breaks in and around the date, but we don't have a double die going on here, so that's going to close out the roll. I'll flip this over and take a look at the reverse side because that's the side that was exposed to the air. And we do have toning. Some nice toning on this one. Look at all that color. Color. Very beautiful natural toning. And so that's what we have. I am going to go fetch that coin. And let's see, we've got... Let me count the RPMs that I found. I stagger stacked them so that they were more easily identifiable, but I'll make it so that you can see the names as I flip through them. $18 RPMs. Pretty decent roll. I mean, it's not very often you find 18 RPMs in a roll. I counted 5 different ones. There could be more, there could be less. Okay, I'm going to move this. Bring out my weight scale. And we're going to check live the weight of this coin I found. It just doesn't sound like a normal Lincoln cent. No, it sounds more like a silver dime. So we're going to turn this on here, if I can get it to work. Oh, I had the wrong button pressed. There we go. Gram scale should add up to 3.1 if it's normal. If it's not, it's going to be less. 2.75. So there we are. There we have it. And what do we have? Let's go take a look. 1955. It's 1955, and it is a tapered planchet. Slight tapering on the upper part here that keeps the design from showing through all the way. We'll take a look at this side. Should be up in this area where it's tapered off. And it is. Tapered off and doesn't show all of the design for that reason. This thing is quite a bit underweight. Hello, Vincent. Oh, the weather over my way? Is it warm? I don't know. I'm not sure, but there's your weight again. 2.756 grams, and we are going to put that up in the auction this evening. I'll conserve it a little bit and get some of the junk off of it. But let's see the weather. Smithfield weather, it is not warm. It's 45 degrees. It's 45 degrees with a low temperature of 21 tonight, a high of 39 tomorrow. And I don't think we're expecting any snow at all. I think it's mostly just going to be rain, whatever we do get. But it is still a little bit foggy outside. It's cleared up a little bit in the last couple of hours, but it's just yuck. All right, there's Brian. Hey, Brian. Good day, sir. All right, folks, don't forget, we've got the auction coming up at 7 o'clock p.m. I'm going to add some more stuff to it. And that's all I got for right now. So I appreciate it. You guys have a great day, and I'll see you this evening. Be well.